I'm behind this sign. Have you seen this before? Has this been in my videos before? I got this at Meow Wolf. I love this shit. Hey, I'm Rebekkah, and I quit my job yesterday.
Tired from work. Hate my job.
I feel like I'm gonna be okay, and I feel like I did the right thing, but like, I'm also like, oh man, I don't like not having an income, man. That's not my vibe. I'm here to talk about it, I guess. I don't know why. Like, making videos about shit kind of helps me process it. Just like writing songs, I'm pointing at my guitar, you can't see that. But just like writing songs helps me process things. So I guess I just want to process this. So, what happened? Man, what happened? Why did I walk out 3 hours into my shift in the middle of my work week? Why? Why did I do that? I mean, y'all don't know if you only know me from the internet, but if you know me in real life, you know that job's stressful as fuck. Shitty. I used to love that job, okay? When I first started working, should I, like, censor out? I mean, no, why would... It's not like I'm gonna lie about anything. So, working at Natural Grocers, that's where I was working. That company's just gotten, like, more corporate, and I came in, like, sort of at the beginning of, like, things getting more corporate, and, like, as I've been there, things have just gotten more and more and more corporate, and, like, sometimes that's good. Like, efficiency is good, okay? Like, professionalism and teamwork, lit. When we get into the hierarchies and the treating us like machines thing, that's where I kind of gotta draw the line, you know? It's kind of where I gotta, stop. It's weird how people are able to dehumanize other people, man, and to treat them like they don't matter, or like their feelings or their problems don't matter, and all that matters is that they, you know, they do what they're told. You know, it's just weird. It's just weird, man. It's a weird way to interact with other people, especially when ultimately, like, the authority is granted. It is not earned by any means. I mean, some managers are really genuinely good managers, and they will earn their place as the leader of the team. But if you aren't a natural leader and you're just trying to move up to have a job to make more money, like, you're gonna be a shitty manager. And honestly, that's why most people stay in such shitty jobs at such shitty companies. It's because they want to make more fucking money, dude. Straight up. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. I mean, there's been a lot of shitty things that happened there, but I mean, our temporary store manager, there was this night where she was, like, almost mocking us, and, like, she was totally condescending to, like, the whole staff. Like, we were scheduled to leave at 9:30, and we're all getting ready to clock out. It's, like, 9:25, 9:28, and she's like, hold on, sit down, we're gonna talk before we leave. So we ended up staying, like, 10 minutes after we were scheduled, so she could bitch at us about how we aren't leaving soon enough. If we're scheduled to leave at 9:30, it means we were closing at 8:30. We always stay scheduled an hour after close. So she was like, we should be leaving at like 8:45, you know, maybe like 9 at the latest. Like, it seems like you guys just wanna stay here, and I don't understand that. And she was like, I don't know, just like throwing a lot of shit at us. I like made a whole list of it in case she ever tried to go to HR with me, because basically she was saying all this rude shit. I was like, I was having a fucked up day, okay? I snapped at her once very slightly, and at because he was telling me to smile when I was very upset, and I don't like when people tell me not to feel my emotions. But those were the only two that I snapped at, even though I was in such a bad mood. Everyone else, I did not take my shit out on them, okay? I really tried hard not to do that. They were just fucking picking at me, and it was not the day to pick at me. My bullshit threshold had been passed already. I was over it already. I wasn't gonna take anything. So she's bitching at us and, like, laughing about it and like just really condescending to us, saying, you know, like, oh, it seems like you want to stay here, you know, I've never been at a store like this, I don't understand why you guys, you know, are like this, or whatever she said. Like, I'm paraphrasing, but like all these sentiments are what she was conveying. So I pop up, I'm like, so are you gonna ask us how we need help, or like suggest some solutions, or are you just gonna keep like insulting us and accusing us of negative things? Because I'm like feeling pretty attacked right now. And she's like, your attitude's the problem, and I don't know what's up with that, but we can talk about it with HR in the morning if you'd like. And I was like, I would love that. I would love that. But like, I wouldn't be rude right now if you weren't being rude, you know? And then another coworker of mine who's really, really cool, she spoke up, and she was like, don't you get paid salary? And you don't get paid hourly like us, so like you don't lose any money when we're leaving all the time. But for us, if we're leaving early all the time, then we're gonna lose out on like money, and that adds up. And you know what the manager did? Ah ha 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 ha! She laughed in our faces. She's like, don't act like it's that big of a deal. And then my coworker was like, yeah, it is. Like, I only work here part-time. Like, that's a good amount of money for me. That's like an hour or two a week of pay that I'm missing out on that I could use for things that I need, you know? She was just like fucking full of bullshit. Of course she never came to HR about it because she was being a bitch. Apparently she's done that again to other crews, and she's toned it down since then whenever I was there, but she's still like rude. But apparently she's really gone off when I wasn't around. Wonder why she waited till I wasn't fucking around, you know? So that's the kind of treatment we've all there been dealing with, and we're all suffering from it. There's so many beautiful, bright people that are just so great that work there, and they're all just beautiful, glowing souls just being crushed and smothered and like suffocated in that environment. It's crazy and dark. Tried to get out 6 months ago, job hunting while keeping my job. But that didn't work out. Yeah, that did not work out. Yesterday, over the past couple weeks, I've just been feeling like every single day I'm like having to talk myself out of like calling out, talk myself out of quitting, and throughout my shift I have to talk myself out of quitting, you know what I mean? Like, it's been like a very constant thing. And then yesterday I just felt it so much because I don't know exactly. I had a really nice time with this really nice person that I met recently in the morning, and then they took me to work and we barely made it on time because we like lost track of time having a good time. I don't know, just going from like such a positive, like supportive, fun environment to not having that mental preparation of like traveling to work to get into work mode, you know what I mean? Like, prepare myself mentally. I'm just like, I was like thrown into work mode, and it was like very jarring, I think. It's not like I was like, oh, I wish I was like out having fun. It was just like I was very hyper aware of how low the vibration was, like how just negative the energy is in there and how much it brought me down. It was like, whew, like just crashing down like a roller coaster. Except roller coasters don't crash. Hopefully, Jesus. The energy shifted, and I think that might have been what like pushed me, like just tipped the scale, you know, to where I was like, oh, okay, I can't do this. I was feeling really suicidal. I've been feeling suicidal when I'm at work. At home, I've actually been feeling better. Not better. I've been struggling. I've been kind of feeling depressed recently, but like I haven't been feeling like dark and like suicidal at home for the most part. Most of it is like when I'm at work, I'm just like, God, is this my existence? I just want to fucking die. I just want to end it all. Like, it's not a good or healthy place to be in. That mental space, I mean. And so I'm sitting there feeling suicidal, and then I was like, no, let's focus on the solution, which is something I try to do. I try to be aware of the thought, because I don't know how to stop those thoughts from happening yet. Maybe I will one day. I hope so, but I can be aware of them and then just start focusing on positive. So I was like, how can I fix this situation? And I was like, I need to fucking leave. I want to run out of here. I just want to fucking leave, man. I just want to fucking leave. I started thinking, well, why not? And I was like, well, hold on. Like, paycheck, okay, paycheck pays for rent. It pays for pet food, pays for your food. It pays for fun times and weed and other stuff. It pays for all your stuff. You need money for stuff, unfortunately, so that's why not. It really felt like in my heart, like so deep, like in the core of my being, I was just like, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. I can't do this. I was struggling so hard to focus on work. I was like taking a lot of time that like wasn't a break to like talk to people for advice, because I was like ready to walk out, you know what I mean? And I was like, what do I do? Like, I feel like I need to walk out right now. Here's how I'm feeling. What's your advice? And I got a lot of different advice. I asked my dad. I asked a bunch of coworkers who, a lot of them are also, like, dear friends. And some people told me not to. Some people didn't tell me to do it or not to do it. Some people told me to do it. Some people asked me some, like, really introspective questions, which were good. That helped me, you know, just making sure I'm checking my motives and everything and my intentions with what did I want out of this? Why did I truly want to leave? This one lady who I just love her so much, she's so sweet. She told me to it feels really good. It feels really good. It is so calming, and just doing it on a note that feels comfortable for your voice, you know what I mean? Just really clearing your mind, sort of like meditating, you know, while doing stuff. So I was doing that while I was working and meditating and really clearing my mind, making sure that I got my ego out of it. I didn't want to do it for the wrong reasons, just because like I'm freaking out and having a meltdown. I don't want to make like this rash decision that I'm going to regret. But I've been feeling this way for months, especially the past few weeks. But for months and months now, I've really been wanting to truly leave. And Pippi, stop. And I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. So I knew this wasn't just like a phase, you know what I mean? This wasn't just like part of my depression. And someone gave me some really, really good advice about God and, you know, how to tell if it's really God that wants you to do something, or it's you like convincing yourself that God like wants you to do it. And, you know, I prayed, I got on my knees and I prayed, man, and I cried a little. And I felt like it was what God wanted for me, you know, was to get out of there. And I've had so many opportunities, and I don't know exactly what's been holding it back. I think it was mostly me, but also like some other things too, maybe. But basically what I felt like God told me was, you're fearful. You're fearful, and you need to have faith in me. You don't have faith in me, so you're afraid. And, you know, you need to have faith that I got you, basically. And, you know, you asked me to like show you how to carry out my will. This is my will. Don't be afraid. Go do it. I feel like I want to cry when I talk about that. I don't know why. So I kind of stalled for a little bit, and I could just hear that voice, that intuitive voice. I don't know if it was God or my intuition, but it was like, hey, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? So I started taking my pins off as I'm like kind of half-ass working, and then that voice again is like, come on. And so after a couple more like back and forths like that, I cleaned up a little of my mess too. I wanted to like clean up some trash and stuff, which was also half stalling, but also I didn't want to like leave a huge mess and just like walk out with all my mess there too. And so I just went and grabbed a box and kind of stood outside the break room because people were in there, and I was like, fuck, okay, I'm going in. And it's people that I really like and I'm cool with. And so I just start like taking all the stuff out of my locker, throwing trash in the trash, throwing my stuff in my box. And they were like, are you leaving? Are you cleaning out your locker? I was like, And they're like, are you leaving? And I was like, yeah, I just have to leave. They were like, it's okay, we understand, you know, if you're feeling, because I told them how I was feeling, they're like, if you're feeling like that, like, you need to go, you know. They're, you know, shared some love, like, so many great coworkers there. That's one of the only reasons I stayed, is because all the amazing people that I love that work there. I am going to miss working with them. But, anyways, I go to the office to clock out and leave, and who's opening the door right as I'm walking to the door to open it? The assistant store manager. So I was like, I handed my locker and my apron. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I have to go. And then another manager was in there, and he was like, what do you mean? You're like leaving? Like going home sick? Because I've been calling out and going home sick and stuff. I mean, the going home sick was genuine, and calling out, I really tried to save for when my periods were fucked up, because I try to save my days for that, because I know that that's going to happen most of the time. But so I guess people are like used to me being sick sometimes and leaving. So he was like, oh, you're like going home? And I was like, no, I like have to leave, like permanently. I gotta go, man. And then I left. I got a lift. It was raining. It was a beautiful day. And then I had an awesome night with that same awesome person. And yeah, I definitely feel like I did the right thing. I know I'm like kind of weird and hesitant when like discussing this, but it's because like I'm still processing it, you know. And it's just kind of crazy that I just walked out, but I do have faith that it's going to work out, because I'm going to put a lot of work into making sure that I get a new job within the next month. And I think I can do that. When I first moved here, I got the job at Natural Grocers within a month. I got it in 3 weeks. I can do that again. Because I have all my time now to dedicate to fucking job hunting, instead of wasting my time and my energy and crushing my spirit at that fucking place, you know? So, I guess the moral of this story is, if your soul is being crushed, even though we live in like a corporate capitalist world, you can still find something that makes you happier. You just have to go out there and find it. And I'm gonna go find out what my next thing that makes me happy is gonna be. So keep you posted, I guess. Woo, 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 woo. I don't know who's going to like this video, but if you just so happen to be one of the people who like this, feel free to subscribe. Button down there. Over here, I don't know. Leave a comment if you feel like commenting on something. Don't if you don't. Like if you like. Diss if you dislike. Wait, diss if you dislike. Diss me in the comments if you didn't like this video. Yeah, I guess I'll roll the outro thing. Woo! Okay. Oh god, my hair. Sorry, we're high. See you later. Bye.
Oh, we are the working dead, and we lurch for minimum wage. But I'd really rather be eating your brain.